Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, March 6th of 2022. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Now today, again, we are going to have two programs back to back. We're going to have the Prayer and Healing Circle, our Meditation and Healing Circle, that will be a continuation from the book, The Answer is Love, Questions to Explore as we transition into an era of peace. The question for today is about healthy sexual sacred intimacy. The question is, how can I have a healthy sex life that honors the sacredness of my body and spirit? This will be the norm as we move into the era of unconditional love and peace. This will be the norm in the greater global realm of consciousness, and not the exception. But we're going to talk about what that means today and how we can have that now in our lives as we are transitioning. And this is relevant for us whether we are in relationship or not. We are going to follow that by the 30-minute prayer for peace, prayers for peace and healing that we did after the last one. It won't be on the recording for today, but we're going to do that live after we turn off this recording. So please be here live. You're welcome to join us live if you're listening to the recordings. You can always join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. We'll go for about 45 minutes for the first program and about a half hour for the second. Okay, so let's come into our meditation and healing circle today. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your pure divine light. And I invite you to bring all of your focus and attention into the center of the circle. Bring your eyes into the center of the circle. Bring your ears and your listening into the center of the circle. Bring all of your sensory organs, your nose, your mouth, everything to face toward and put its focus toward the center of our circle, which is filling with this vibration of pure divine light. And I want to invite you to just direct your subtle energy centers as well. Your third eye center, direct that toward the center of our circle, toward this vibration of pure divine light. And bring your throat center, direct it into the center of our circle, focused on this pure divine light that is streaming into the circle, filling all of this space, cleansing and purifying this space. And bring your heart center, the funnel of energy that extends from the front of your heart space. Bring this to face the center of our circle. You can let it tip up slightly and receive this stream of pure divine light through your heart center and into your body, into your heart, and all the way through your heart and into the core of your body. And bring your solar plexus center to face into the center of our circle and to be present with this cleansing, purifying, divine light. And bring your belly space, that ball of energy that sits in the front of your belly space, just bring that whole energy space to rest into the center of our circle and face into this circle, and to recognize its safety here, to feel the safety to be present here in this container of pure divine light, of unconditional love, of eternal compassion. And I want to invite you to breathe your energy into the core of your body. So breathe all of you up into the core of your body. And by core, I mean that vertical core that runs through the top of your head and down along in front of your spine, all the way down and through your base. Now draw your energy into the core of your body, that vertical core within your body. And as you exhale, let your energy drop down and land into your hips. Land into your hips and be present in your body with all of your focus and attention from your sensory organs as well as your extrasensory subtle centers. Let everything face toward the center and be present. And we call again on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your vibration, your unconditional love. Just let your entire being receive this unconditional love. Let your heart center breathe this vibration of unconditional love into your heart. And let it come into your heart center, filling your heart with pure unconditional love. And just let your heart feel loved. Right? Our series is The Answer is Love. And it is true. Every answer for every question that your heart asks or sits with, ponders, worries over, every answer can be found in love. So let this pure unconditional love, let it stream gently through your heart center and let it fill the space of your heart and let it hold your heart in love, in unconditional love, love that is the existence of love, the presence of love that is loving and loves beyond the human capacity for love. Just let your heart be held in that love and let your heart receive that love. Just let it come in. Right? Sometimes I think we're swimming in the ocean and trying not to get wet. But let this love, this ocean of love, let it come into your heart center and let it be drawn all the way into the core of your body and into the depths of your heart, like your body and your heart is a dry sponge, and let it just soak up all of that water from the ocean of love and allow itself to be loved and to be immersed in love and to feel the love and to love being loved. All the way to your core. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. Just imagine, perceive this compassion, this ocean of compassion, filling all of the space around you and supporting you, holding you, loving you, accepting you, forgiving you, holding you in eternal compassion, filling you with mercy, surrounding you and holding you in grace. And let your entire being feel held, supported, loved. Remember the Rumi poem. These forms we seem to be are cups floating in an ocean of living consciousness. Let your cup float in the ocean of living consciousness, the ocean of the eternal compassion, the compassion that holds our entire time and space realm and beyond the time and space, the eternity. Let your cup float in this ocean, and let your cup fill with ocean. And as Rumi says, don't be the cup with the dry rim. Allow your cup to sink and float and swim and play in this ocean. Dive deep, swim, float, soar. Let your cup be immersed. Let your entire being get wet in the ocean of unconditional love and compassion. Be loved. You are loved. I invite you to just allow this light and love and compassion to infuse into your body, into all of your cells, and to travel through your neurological pathways, cleansing and purifying and resetting your nervous system. Let your nervous system just settle into this ocean and be reset into a place of rest, of deep rest, into a place of safety, into a place of trust, into a place that knows its care and provision, that feels safe and that trusts completely, and that knows that it is accepted and connected and loved and held, and never separate from the source of love and connection and safety and trust and provision. So let everything rest into that space and trust. And continue to breathe that in as I read from today's topic. From The Answer is Love, Questions to Explore as we transition into an era of peace. The question is, how can I have a healthy sex life that honors the sacredness of my body and spirit? The response: know me. I created you to love, to know love, and to share love. The intimacy of sharing love through sex is for you, through you, to enter into union to know me. Know me through your love for each other, through the communion created between you when you unite in the flesh, in communion with me, through your intimacy and love for one another. Enjoy your love for each other and be transformed through communion with me. Do not enter into communion with someone who does not love you, honor you, and protect your sacredness. If you are in a committed relationship with someone who does not understand, transform yourself to be the strength, the sacred bridge, and guide your partner to know me through communion with you. Your partner will awaken. Be what you are created to be. The knowing in them will awaken to the truth within you. Give them time. If you are not in a committed relationship, only open yourself for the one who carries the deep reverence and respect, who has eyes to see you for who you are created to be, who will honor your light and value your true essence. Know what you carry. Hold it in reverence. Be in awe. Expect to be valued and respected. And that part goes for everyone, whether you're in a relationship or not. Know what you carry. Hold it in reverence. Be in awe. Expect to be valued and respected. That expect comes from a place of inner knowing of your own value and worthiness. You are as you were created to be by me. Own your beauty. Own your strength. Own your power. Do not misuse it. Like a master black belt, know and respect your power and use it wisely for the highest good. Use your power to commune with me, to know me, to be transformed and elevated through the knowledge of me that I can impart to you through the sacredness of coming to me in sexual intimacy and love for one another. From my light in you, joined with my light in another, and ignited through your communion in reverence of me, be the light, be the power, become the love. Be the light, be the power, become the love. You are the love. So let's sit with that and breathe in. Breathe in. There is a Cherokee proverb that says, I can say it from memory here. It says, the highest calling of a woman is to lead a man to his soul. So as to unite him with his source. The lowest calling of a woman is to seduce him and lead him astray and leave him wandering. The highest calling of a man is to protect the woman so that she is free to walk the earth unharmed. The lowest calling of the man is to ambush his way into her life and cause her harm. I know I didn't say that last part right, but it is with that spirit. And so let's put this in terms of the masculine and feminine energies. The feminine energy is that state of being. It is that all-encompassing. It is that place that we return to within ourselves to commune with Source. The masculine energy is that energy that separates and moves out and is like the action in the world. And we need that too. We need them in balance and harmony with each other and in relationship to each other, in our actions, in our moving out and doing. We need to act in a way that protects the inner feminine, the state of being, and that place of communion with Source. And that inner state of being and communion with Source needs to be strong so that it remains as a place for us to return to when we need that communion and need to remember our truth and refuel and energize our beings. when we come together in partnership, when I was sitting with this on what to offer with this today, and there were two divine names that came through. The divine name of Quddus, which is the most holy, the sacred, and it's creating that sacred inner space, that sacred space of communion. And this is an inner, like, relationship with self, carving out that sacred space and being in that sacred space and being in communion with that holiness, that divinity within. And the second divine name is Al-Waliy, Wali. And Wali is that protective friend, the trusted protective friend. That is the divine intimacy that we can know by allowing the divinity within ourselves to be in relationship with the divinity within another. And it referred to that in this reading, in this response. It said, know me through your love for each other, through the communion created between you when you unite in the flesh, in communion with me, through intimacy and love for one another. What we are is that intimacy. The divine intimacy is within us. And when we come together in relationship with another, the divine intimacy is also within the other. And when we want to have truly healthy intimacy with another, we come together to allow the divine communion, the divine within the divine within you to commune with the divine within your partner. And as one who loves and cares about this intimacy within yourself, the divine intimacy, the sacred space, and that sacred connection, you can be the bridge by being with your inner feminine and nurturing that and carving out that sacred space and strengthening that within yourself and resting into that. So we're going to call on the divine name of Al-Quddus for that today. And the Quddus is spelled Q as in queen, U, D as in David, D as in David, U, S as in Sam. Quddus, 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 Quddus. And this is really bringing that sacredness of creation that reflects the divine life energy to be embodied within that still space within ourselves. So as you were earlier breathing that light and love and compassion all the way into that vertical core of your body, I invite you now to breathe this light and love and compassion again all the way into the vertical core of your body, and to bring your focus and attention into that vertical core. Again, that is that energy that runs through the top of your head, vertically along the front of your spine and through your base. Let your focus and attention be in your body, and to bring yourself, your consciousness, to sit inside your body at your core, and to be fully contained within the core of your body, And just let your focus and attention come into your heart center and also into your womb center. You might put one hand over your heart and the other hand over your belly, over your sacral center. And just begin to breathe into these spaces and just feel your body expand and release and flow with the rhythm of your breath as you breathe into this space, and to bring in the sounds of the name of Quddus. 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 And let the vibrations of those sounds ripple through the core of your body. And as they ripple through the core of your body, let them carve out a sacred space of stillness within you. Let them carve out a sacred space of stillness within the core of your body. And let the vibrations of the sacred sound help in creating that space. Like, let the sound waves ripple through your core and carve out that sacred space, and allow yourself to be present there and witness the stillness. Witness the stillness. And I want to invite at this time, if there are any places within you, our culture has really put a lot of misuse of power, along with shame and all kinds of, dirty and filthy, those kinds of words around sex and sexual intimacy and our sexual organs and our bodies. So let's just make an intention that any of that, let's just pull that out of your body, out of your consciousness, and place it into the center of the circle. And we offer this up to be cleansed and purified, to be washed, to be cleansed and purified, to be washed. So let that go. Let all of that release from your body as you sit in your core in this sacred space. And we'll recite the name Quddus. Let that ripple through your core. Quddus. 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 And let this illuminate for you within that still space at the core of your being, the divine life energy, that creative life force. Quddus. Allow your heart to feel the reverence for the sacredness of this divinity within you. Quddus. 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 Quddus, 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 Quddus. This is the creation that embodies the divine life energy, that embodies the stillness within. Quddus. Let it create that sacred space, that stillness within your being. Breathe it in, and as you exhale, let yourself drop down deeper through your heart into the core of your body, landing in your hips, feeling the sacredness of the space within you that you embody. Quddus. Quddus. And I want to call now on the next divine name, Waliy. Waliy. Again, that's W-A-L-I-Y. Waliy. Waliy. And Waliy is the protective, trusted, intimate friend. You have it within you. And it is also what you witness and commune with in your partner. Waliy. Waliy. Wa is that all-encompassing, moving toward. Waliy. Waliy, that nearness of your source. Let yourself resonate those sounds within your core as well. Waliy. 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 Excuse me. Waliy with the accent on the second syllable. Waliy. And let yourself play with those sounds in your body. And I want to invite you with Waliy to bring that specifically to your heart center. Into the depth of your heart, and let it cleanse the eye of your heart. Let it cleanse and open the eye of your heart. And if you have a partner, someone significant in your life, and I know several on this call do not have intimate partners, and that's okay. If you want to try to clear something with someone from the past, that's fine. If you have a partner now, just let the eye of your heart intend to witness the heart of your partner. And if you don't have one, think of someone who is significant in your life right now, or who was significant in your life at one time. And honestly, even if this is a pet that you're thinking of, or an animal, this is okay too, because animals certainly reflect the divine life force energy, the sacredness of our source. It's often easier to witness it in the animals than it is in the people. So let the eye of your heart witness the divinity within the heart of this partner. And to call on the name of Al-Waliy to wash the lens of your heart, of the eye of your heart, and really give you the deep inner seeing of the divinity within your partner. Waliy, Waliy, Waliy. Waliy, Waliy. And let yourself, as your heart witnesses this divinity, just let it connect with that divinity in your partner. And just by connecting and witnessing, it will really begin to awaken and bring forward that sacred divinity within your partner. Waliy. And you can witness this from that place of stillness inside yourself, still being in your core, in that place of stillness, letting the eye of your heart witness the heart and the divinity within the heart of your partner. And let your heart receive that reflection of the divinity. You know, the eye sees when light is reflected off of something and bounces light waves back to the eye. So let the eye of the heart, just like the eyes of the hearts between you and your partner, just let it reflect this light back and forth, so that the eye of your heart sees the light of the source of divinity within your partner, and the eye of your partner is receiving that reflection of the light of source from your heart. And be in your state of being and in your state of witnessing, in your state of reflecting, in your state of receiving, with Al-Quddus, the holy sacred space, Al-Waliy, the divine intimacy, witnessing the divinity within yourself and another, letting the intimacy within yourself come into communion with the intimacy of another, the divinity of another. Al-Quddus, your sacred space, Al-Waliy, the divine intimacy. Al-Quddus, Al-Waliy, Al-Quddus, Al-Waliy. And again, if anything comes up, any buts or anything like that, just offer them to the center of the circle and allow them to be released, cleansed, purified. Al-Waliy, Al-Quddus, 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 Al-Waliy. In the era of peace and unconditional love and universal harmony, we are moving into this realm. The entire existence of our planet is offered the opportunity to move into this realm where we will recognize ourselves as primarily consciousness, this consciousness of unconditional love, compassion, a closer and closer to the unified being, and we will be less concerned with the physical. Whereas in this realm that we have lived in for years and centuries, we have been primarily concerned with the physical and a lot of fear-based multiplicity and isolation. As we move into this realm closer to a unified being in unconditional love and compassion and universal harmony, we are more consciousness, more identified with consciousness, and less identified with material physical. In this realm, as what attracts us to each other, what we see in each other, what we recognize in each other and in ourselves, is going to be more on the realm of consciousness. This Quddus, the sacred being within you, the Waliy, the divine intimacy that you can find through the heart of another. This will be much easier. It will be more the norm. So let it be the norm now. The sacred space within you. Recognizing the divine within yourself and another. Connecting with each other in divine intimacy. And when we choose to partner and come together in sexual union, it will be a spiritual experience, and it can be now as well, a spiritual experience to come into communion, light of source to light of source, breath of source, breathing with breath of source, coming together to commune, to be in unity with each other and with source. The source in you coming together with the source in another to commune and come together as one sacred union, one sacred intimacy. Kun fayakun. Kun fayakun. Be and it is. Be and it is. I invite you to draw your energy into the core of your body, and as you exhale, drop down and land into your hips. Let yourself be present in your body. Be present in your body and land. And I'll close this with just reading a paragraph from Fauzia's book, Divine Names, 99 Healing Names of the One Love by Rosina Fauzia Al-Rawi. The divine name Al-Waliy contains a general quality and a specific one. He is the protective friend of all creatures through his care, his compassion, and his attention. He is speaking of the one who has no gender. The friendship that develops between human beings who are together on the path to God and in God expresses itself in their love for each other, in the way they support each other, in their compassion, their kindness, and their knowledge of their own weaknesses. Each is a mirror to the other, in which the magnanimity and warmth of the heart can grow. This divine name manifests the qualities of intimate love, closeness, and protection. Consciousness means to know the essence of all things, the nature of all things. The moment it is known, it starts to grow and nourish the light in you and around you. So breathe it in and let it land. Let it be. Now, I want to say, as we come to a close here, I want to just let you know or remind you about the offering that is called the Ocean of Sound. It is an opportunity to dive deeply into the individual sound codes that come together to form the divine names. I'll be co-facilitating this with Amani Shalaby, who was the translator and interpreter for my teacher, my spiritual teacher. She worked with him for 12 years and translated 20 books on the Sufism and spirituality, mysticism. She's written her own books, The Emanation of Consciousness, The Essence of Creation, and we're going to be taking the deep dive into the sacred sounds. She's shared with me within every sound, there's anywhere from 4 to 6 qualities within every sound, and there are many names within the divine names that can have overlapping meanings, but the sound codes that come together to form the names carry different nuances and different qualities within themselves that lend the different meaning to the names that they form. And when we just be present with the sound codes themselves, there's a way that they move through creation, there's a way that they move through the body, there's a way that they're reflected in creation and in the body that really takes us into that divine intimacy, that intimacy with the creation, as every wave in creation that generates sound and light ultimately emanates from a single source. And everything else is just reflecting the light of source and the sounds of source into the creation to help us to really know each other and discover the truth of the existence within the creation and within ourselves. So we're calling this the ocean of sound because we are coming together to explore this ocean of waves that we swim in, that we float in, that we, as Rumi says, don't be the cup with the dry rim, that we immerse ourselves in and allow ourselves to become saturated with as we discover the truths behind and within the waves that create the sounds that we perceive, that are given to us to tell us the meanings of everything in the creation, as everything in the creation is a reflection of the source itself. So I invite you to join us for that. We start on March 15th, and it will be an ongoing monthly thing that we'll offer. You can find out information about that at theoceanofsound.com, theoceanofsound.com. So please go there, check it out, and please join us for that. It's going to be a beautiful exploration. It's going to be knowledge-based and very much experiential. So you're invited to join us for that. And if you are listening to the recording and you want to join us live for the Sunday meditation and healing circles, go to joyfullylivingwellness.com for that and find the information to join us there. And with that, I will end the recording, and we're going to move into, I tell you what, I'll do a quick check-in and see if there are any questions. Maybe take a minute, answer one question or two questions, and then we'll go into the prayers for peace for the situation with Ukraine and Russia.